friends, good evening. Today we are focusing to discuss JAM previous questions that are asked from electronics part 2. We have already discussed electronics part 1 and this is a continuation of part 1, right? So let us start with the first question. For the given circuit, value of the base current IB of the NPN transistor will be dash milliampere. So beta is the current gain. Assume that the operational amplifier is ideal, right? Alright. So here you have given with an operational amplifier and its output is connected to a common emitter transistor, right? And the network is given like this. So we have to solve this IB, right? So in order to solve IB, we have already a formula that is beta is equal to IC by IB, right? That is the amplification factor. So that is IB is equal to IC by IB, right? Now let us find out this IC, right? Let us find out this IB. Beta we have, then we have to find IC first, right? So this is the value of IB. Now look into this. Here this terminal, it is a non-inverting terminal operational amplifier, right? So and this inverting terminal, that is feedback to the emitter junction of this transistor, right? So once I get this plus 5 volt here, then what is the value of voltage here? That is plus 5. So by the virtual ground concept, whatever voltage we have here, that will be available here, right? That is plus 5. Now let us apply Kirchhoff rule here, right? That is 5 is equal to, and what is the current here? This is IE, emitter current, that is IE RE, right? That is IE is equal to 5 by, what is RE? RE is equal to 1K, right? So that is equal to 5 milliampere. So we got the emitter current, right? We have already know in a common emitter transistor connection, IE approximately equal to IC, because the base current is very negligible, right? So we have got the value of IC, that is equal to 5 milliampere. So what is base current? Base current is equal to 5 milliampere divided by beta, that is 50. So that is 0.1 milliampere, right? 0.1 milliampere. All right. So that will be the answer, 0.1 milliampere. Okay. Now let us come to another question. The question is, which one of the following graphs shows the correct variation of V0 with Vi, where Vd is the voltage drop across the diode and op amp is assumed to be ideal? Ideal means its voltage gain is very high, output voltage is very high, right? So when I consider this equation, suppose you are giving with a positive signal here, right? Then only we have the output, right? Because this we have a magnified output here, right? So that is that passes through this load only if the diode is in forward biased. So we have to give a positive signal here to produce an output here, right? So during the positive half cycle only we have the output. During negative half cycle we have no output. Moreover, this gain is very high, means even if you give a small voltage, suppose you give Vi is equal to 0, at that time we can say this output is 0, right? At that time this output is 0, and whenever arise a fraction of signal here, that means a small signal here, then the gain is very large, means we have a high voltage at the output. That means this diode is irrespective of this breakdown voltage, it will obviously this will break down, because the output voltage is always greater than that of this diode voltage. So if I draw a graph between input and output, right? So if there is a small rise in input voltage, then there is a rise of output voltage also, right? Vi is equal to 0 means V output is equal to 0, but there is a small change in input signal, there is a variation of output voltage, right? So this will rise during the negative value of the input signal, it is cut off, there is no voltage here, right? So this will be the shape of this output, right? So option A is correct, right? All right, now let us come to another question. An operational amplifier is connected in the circuit with a Zener diode as shown in the figure. The value of resistance R in kilo ohm for obtaining the regulated output V0 is equal to 9 volt. So we require to get a regulated output 9 volt. So look into this, this VZ, the Zener voltage is given, that is 4.7 volt. Zener diode is always connecting in the reverse biased condition. So if it is 0 here, so to make it 0.7, the Zener voltage at this junction we have 4.7 volt. All right. So now look into this value. What is it? Is it is not an inverting operation amplifier. It is a non-inverting operation amplifier because we are giving the signal at the non-inverting terminal. So what is the gain? Right. We need to solve this R value, right, so that the output is 9 volt, right? So what is V output by V in? That is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. In non-inverting case, this is the result we have. This is my RF and this is my R, right? So that is what is VO is 9 volt, that is given, and V in, right, that is 12 volt, right? So what is V? So this is not this is the input voltage, but our input voltage is not this, because at the end of what is the voltage that we are going to provide at the non-inverting terminal, we are giving this voltage here 4.7. so that is very important. So 9 by 4.7, that is equal to 1 plus RF is 1 kilo by R, right? That is 1 by R. All right, now we can solve this. So 9, right, 9 by 4.7 minus 1 is equal to 1 by R, that is 9 minus 4.7, that is 4.3, right, minus divided by 4.7 is equal to 1 by R. So R is equal to 4.7 divided by 4.3, that is equal to 1.09 kilo ohm. So what is the resistance value? That is 1.09 kilo ohm, right? All right, now let us come to another question. The question is, the output voltage V0 of the operational amplifier circuit given below is. So we have to solve the output of this. So it is again a non-inverting operational amplifier, right? So that what is the voltage across at this point, that we have to solve first. So the voltage that will be we have to solve divided by taking the fractions. We have 3 resistance here. So for this corresponding voltage, for the voltage corresponding to this 1 volt at this point is, that is these resistances are, total resistance is R plus R plus R, R plus R plus R into, and this voltage is 1 volt. Okay, plus, and due to this we have these resistances are again the 3 resistance R plus R plus R, and this voltage is we have again 2 volt. Okay, plus again for this R divided by R plus R into corresponding voltage is 3 volt. So this much voltage that is available at this point due to this network, right? So we have to solve the non-inverting input, that is say V, right? That V I am going to solve here. That is V is equal to, this is 1 by 3 into 1 plus, this is 1 by 3 into 2 plus, this is 1 by 3 into 3, that is 3, we can take out 6, then that is 2, right? So what is the voltage that is available at this end? That is 2 volt. Now we can simply solve the output by using non-inverting formula. What is non-inverting formula? The output is equal to 1 plus Rf by R into input, right? V input, that is 1 plus, what is Rf? 2R. What is R? That is again R into, what is V in? V in we have already solved, that is 2. So that is, the result is, this is 3 into 2, that is 6. So 6 volt is the answer. So answer is 6. Alright? Alright. Now let us come to another question. For the input voltage Vi is equal to 2000 millivolt sine 400t, the amplitude of the output voltage V0 of the operational amplifier circuit is, and you may write this answer round off to 2 decimal places, right? Alright. So here we can solve this. First of all, this is an inverting operational amplifier. So we are expecting the result, the output result is, sorry, it is a non-inverting, the signal is given at that non-inverting terminal. So this is a non-inverting operational amplifier. So what is the output at this end? So let me calculate the output at this end first, right? So that is equal to 1 plus Rf by R1, that is 35 divided by, this will be 10, that is equal to into V1. What is V1 peak value? That is 200, right? So that is 4.5 into 200 millivolt. So that is the output. Now this is the next signal that is available for the next stage. Next stage is again, it is an inverting operational amplifier, because this signal we are providing into the negative terminal of this. So what is the output? That is minus Rf by R1. What is Rf? 35 divided by, what is R1? That is 10 into whatever input which we have given here. That is the second output. So this is equal to V01, and say the second stage, that is V02, that is equal to minus 35 by 10 into input. What is the input that we have here? 4.5 into 200 millivolt. Okay. Now again, what we are going to, we have the similar stage again, right? Again one inverting stage, there the input is this. So again the final output VO is, again this will be inverting operational amplifier. So again minus 35 by this 10 minus Rf by R into input. What is input? Now at the end, this is the V02 we have solved. This V02 now that act as a input for the next stage. That is this, right? Again minus 3.5 into 4.5 into 200 millivolt. Again, so minus minus cancel, so this will be plus 3.5 into 3.5 into 4.5 into 200 millivolt, right? When you solve this, you will get 11.3 volt, right? Let me check the answer again. Yes, 11.03. I'm sorry, 11.03 volt. So this will be the final result. All right. Now let us come to another question. An ideal operation amplifier depicted below. The potential at node A is. So we need to solve the potential at this point. So it is a very simple question. We already know this terminal is connected to ground. The non-inverting terminal is that is connected to ground, and by the principle, so here the voltage is 0 volt. By the principle of virtual ground, for any operational amplifier, this end also we have the same voltage, right? So that if this is V1 and this is V2, what condition we have studied? This V2 minus V1, that should be approximately equal to 0. So that means this V2 is equal to V1. That is the principle of virtual ground. So we need to get 0 volt at this point A, right? All right. Now let us come to another question. Here the question is, in an ideal op-amp circuit shown below, R1 is equal to 3 kilo ohm, R2 is equal to 1 kilo ohm, and Vi is equal to 0.5 sin omega t in volt. Which of the following statement is true? So out of the given option, which are the option is true regarding with this given operational amplifier? So it is a non-inverting operational amplifier because the signal is given at the positive terminal and there is a feedback in the inverting terminal. So basically it is a non-inverting operational amplifier. All right. Now what is the gain which we have studied? Here the gain is, this is an inverting operational amplifier, so gain is we already know V out is equal to 1 plus Rf by R1, right? So here the feedback is that is equal to R1. Rf by R, instead of R1 we have R2 here. So this is the input voltage Vi. Now the current through R1 is equal to, let me check the answers first, right? So R1 is given, so let me substitute the value. R1 is given, R1 is equal to 3 and R2 is equal to 1, so 3 by 1, that is 3 into Vi. V input is given, its amplitude is 0.5. So 4 into 0.5, that answer is 2 volt. So the amplitude of output, that is 2 volt, right? That is correct. So this option is correct, right? Now the next option is, let me check the first option. The current through R1 is equal to current through R2. So let me check that statement. That is correct because this is my output. From this output, a fraction is feedback through this amplifier and that will come through this way. Why? Because current through this R1 and R2 equal, because the current never enters to this region. Why? Because we already know for an operational amplifier the input impedance is very high. That is the condition, right? For an ideal operational amplifier, this input impedance is very high. So the current across this region, input region, that is negligibly small. That means we can take 0. That means whatever current enters from this region, that will take this path. So current through R1 is equal to current through R2. That is also correct, right? All right. The potential at P is, so we are looking to find potential at P. So at this point, right? So potential at P is, so suppose the voltage is here V, right? What is the voltage at this point? That we can solve from here using Kirchhoff rule. So here the voltage I am given, that is V0, and here this is the voltage V at this point. We are looking to find this V, right? Suppose this is my current I enter from this region. So by Kirchhoff rule, V0 is equal to IR1 plus IR2, that is I into R1 plus R2, right? All right. So what is I? So I is equal to V0 divided by R1 plus R2. Now let me write, this is my I. This I is coming through this and finally goes through this path, right? Now what is I? Here the 0 potential. So let me the high potential at this point. So V minus 0 divided by R2, that is equal to I. The potential difference between this point and this point divided by resistance, that is equal to I. So let me substitute that value here. V minus 0 divided by R2 is equal to V0 by R1 plus R2, right? So then what is V? V is equal to V0 divided by R1 plus R2 into R2, right? So but it is given that V0 R2 by R1. So potential at the point P is this. So this statement is incorrect. Now let us come to option D. What about option D? Option D is given that the output voltage V0 is in phase with input voltage. That is correct. Why? Because we are giving the input at the non-inverting terminal, so the output is in phase with the input. That also correct. So only option that is incorrect is B. All other options are correct. So it is a multiple option correct type questions. Okay, so option A, C, D all are true. Now let us come to another question. Here the question is, in the circuit shown in figure, both op amps are ideal. The output for the circuit Vout is, right? So let us solve the final output, right? So here the voltage is given. Voltage is given is, so here the first operation amplifier that is given is here the inverting terminal, right? So it is an inverting operation amplifier. So what is the output? Output is equal to minus 10R divided by R into input V1, right? So that is minus 10 V1, right? Minus 10 V1, and that will be available here, minus 10 V1. Now the next amplifier also, that is an inverting operation amplifier, but there are two inputs that are applied to this inverting terminal. So due to this first terminal, that is the output of the first operation amplifier, what is the output? That is again the inverting condition, that is 10R divided by minus RF by R1, right? Minus RF by R1. So RF is 10R by input resistance R, that is 5R, into input. What is the input? That is minus 10 V1. Alright? Alright. So this is the output due to this inverting terminal voltage. And we have one more inverting terminal voltage, that is V2. Due to that we have what is the output? That is equal to 10R by R. Here the input voltage is, input resistance is R, feedback resistance is same. So plus minus 10R divided by R into V2. Alright. So this cancel, that is 2. So minus minus, that is plus. So 20 RR cancel, here also RR cancel, right? So minus 20 V1, minus minus cancel, so 20 V1 minus 10 V2. So this is the result we have. So option D is correct, right? Alright. Now let us come to another question. This is the last question from this section. If a constant voltage plus V is applied to the input of the following op amp circuit for a time t, then the output voltage V0 will approach. So that is plus V exponentially, minus V exponentially, plus V linearly, minus V linearly. So this circuit, from this circuit itself, it is clear that the capacitor is given in place of this feedback resistance in an inverting operational amplifier, right? So what is this circuit name? That is an integrator, right? What is the output of this integrator? Vo is equal to minus 1 by RC, right? Where C is the feedback capacitor and R is the input resistance. Integral input voltage, that is plus V dt. This is the result what we have studied, right? So V0 is equal to minus V by RC into this dt on integration t plus C, right? Now look into this formula. V0 is equal to, it is in the format minus mx plus C, right? With x is equal to, so let me write this as mx plus C. So instead of x we have a this right t, right? Instead of t, and the slope is minus V by RC. So voltage is varying. We have a minus voltage, negative voltage, that is varying linearly because mx plus C is the equation. So minus V linearly, right? So then output voltage that is varying accordance with the negative input voltage. Why negative sign? Because it is an inverting operation amplifier, right? So whatever you are giving a positive half cycle here, you will get a negative half cycle here, right? There is a out of phase condition, right? So this all about this section, and in the next section we will discuss this part 3 of electronics, that is digital electronics. Okay, thank you.